If you have heard the recent trends on Wall Street bets and are holding GameStop stock, today there are multiple headlines from CNN and other outlets that Redditors are apparently done with the meme stocks such as GameStop, AMC, and BlackBerry and are now investing into silver futures. Recent events have told us that these hedge funds and media outlets have not been very truthful, so let's dive in and figure out if they're telling the truth or in what else happened today. Hello, my name is Anthony from Money Trees, and today we'll be looking at the different articles from major news outlets, and I'll present you evidence proving or disproving them. I'll also be throwing in my own opinion and telling you why I think they're pushing this silver narrative. This morning, CNN and others began to put out headlines saying Redditors have given up on GameStop and moving towards silver. I'll play a clip from this video titled Silver Search as Reddit Army Targets Precious Metals.
And Matt, let me start with you because you've been reporting on this silver spike. Prices surging to 5-month highs after these Redditors drove up the price. Just explain what exactly is going on here.
Well, Becky, this crazy story just got even crazier. Here's what we know. Last week, there were users on the Wall Street Bets forum who were calling to buy silver as a way to punish banks that they thought were artificially keeping prices low. We did see silver prices move up last week. Then over the weekend, retail sites that sell silver coins and silver bars said that they were getting hit by unprecedented demand and they couldn't meet it. Silver prices went up last night, and as you mentioned, up another 10% this morning. But we should remember that we don't actually know who these Reddit users are.
Exactly. CNN doesn't know who these users are. Wall Street Bets is completely riddled with bots and spam posts. Therefore, all these new posts should completely be disregarded. The top post should give the subreddit the most accurate sentiment on what trades they are making. So let's continue what they said afterwards.
Nor what market moves they're making. And this morning, we have had new posts from the Reddit users saying that there is no coordinated movement to buy silver and that their whole movement is being co-opted by hedge funds. Again, we don't know who those users are and what trades they're actually making. And this is the exact point that Elizabeth Warren was making over the week.
CNN literally says why this shouldn't have been a story in the first place and proves any audience member like me or you shouldn't be bothered about this silver squeeze, quote unquote. After CNN and others failed to push this narrative, they quickly retracted their statements and updated them to some variant of Redditors rejecting the silver short squeeze. From another CNN article titled Silver is Surging but Wall Street Bets Say That They're Not Behind the Rally, they mentioned the 13% rise of silver futures today, and they also talk about different retail sites that could not meet the skyrocketing demand of silver bars and coins. They also mentioned how on Twitter, hashtag silver squeeze was trending, and they talk about the different activity about silver talk on Wall Street Bet. Later in the same article, they transitioned to the different posts on the subreddit talking about people not buying silver. The problem with CNN in this news article is that they are pulling random things users have said on the subreddit and pushing as a narrative that everyone is doing. If they were just to focus on the top post with over 100k upvotes, they would clearly see that the silver squeeze trend is a small movement. Although I believe there are a lot of people who are investing in silver right now, I do believe that a lot of people who are investing in GameStop are still holding GameStop and that they're just pushing a narrative to try to make people sell. Reddit has been posting all day refuting silver, and it seems that most retail investors are still holding. The total volume of GameStop's shares today has been very low with a high CMF number. The CMF measures the buying and selling pressure for a given period of time. Also, when scrolling through the subreddit, you can clearly see the thousands and thousands of likes and posts of people related to not selling and the huge activity around the stock. So what is actually causing the sharp dip in price? There's a few main theories. One theory could be that there's some bandwagon investors who have sold out after they didn't get that dramatic increase that they had hoped for. Additionally, I think there's also some investors who bought in really early who are ready to cash out and don't want to deal with the different volatility anymore. Reddit probably has a different theory though. Although this is speculation, one reason why the stock may be trading down is due to the ladder attack from hedge funds. A ladder attack is when a hedge fund sells a stock back and forth from one another at lower and lower bids in rapid succession. This will start tricking trading algorithms to think there's a mass sell-off and begin to sell as well. They also try to do this to scare individual investors to also sell off. Afterwards, if unsuccessful, the stock will quickly rise back up because there's still high demand. If the hedge fund is successful, they'll be able to buy up all the shares afterwards. From the current post on Wall Street Bets and the fundamental history of this subreddit, it is unlikely that people are selling out of GameStop for silver futures. As I've said before, I do believe there's a lot of people on the outside of Reddit trying to look in and trying to find the next stock to short squeeze. I do not believe this will have much traction. Reddit activity with GameStop is very high and is as high as it has been ever before, and they're constantly pushing the idea down of silver. Furthermore, I think the Wall Street Bets are fundamental prospectors and extreme gamblers and are not looking for a measly 7% return that you can get from silver. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've made it this far, if you could please give it a like and subscribe, that'd be really, really helpful so I can grow my channel even more. Comment down below what you think might happen tomorrow with the stock. And my plan for tomorrow is to look at the market with GameStop and see what other trends and news has happened. And if there's nothing in particularly interesting and we're still holding, I'll just look at some of the biggest risers and fallers of this whole thing with hedge funds and Redditors. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.